So I was thinking, as I always do, thinking about me and you, thinking about how I want to live a fulfilled, satisfied life. And that alone qualifies me to believe that every human being on earth wants to live a fulfilled, satisfied life. Every human being. I feel that I can rest on that statement because each of us require basically the same essentials for survival. And that is uniquely connected with a satisfied life. And so I imagine, how can we all live a satisfied life? Since we are out of the womb, in the womb of the mother, most of everything that we require is taken care of. We don't have to do anything but be there, as far as I know. But out here, after a period of time, you play a role in the process of making sure that you, as an individual, and that you, as a collective, the people, have a fulfilled and satisfied life. That is a journey. And there are means in order to manifest that. Usually it's based upon the fact that you treat others as you want to be treated. And you do that because you respect others as being just as important as you, because you didn't make yourself, someone else did or something else did, and so for everyone else. So that makes us all somehow connected. And that if we want to live that fulfilled, satisfied life, we got to do it together. So we recognize that the earth that we live on, I'm just saying it like it is a given. We didn't make it. So we don't own it. The resources of the earth that's used to do all the things that have been done, are being doing, are being done, and will probably be continuously, are given just as the earth is free. And we have been given the capacity to determine what it is that would bring about our fulfillment and satisfaction. And having that knowledge, we also have with it the how. For us to perform the cause creation of. And each of us do that. We know each of us do it because each of us benefit. And the only way you can claim it is if you got something connected to it. And when we all engage in the process of causing a manifestation of it in such an abundance that no one would ever have to be left out of it, then that makes it possible for us to live in peace and be prosperous, free, fulfilled, satisfied, and to live the life rather than dream about it. Because all of the stuff that's in that reservoir of goods and services belong to us. We are all, each of us, as individuals and collectively, are part owners of all existence. And so we were able to defeat the deceiver because we were satisfied. We were able to defeat the aggressor, the liar, because we were satisfied. And there were those who were weaker, who could have been vulnerable, but were protected because the love that we have for ourselves was rested in them as well. And so we rose to the occasion to satisfy whatever was missing. And this is how we maintain. I didn't start out talking about that. I was starting off thinking about how my great great uncles all wanted to live this dream that we all dream because we're not living it. They were in slavery. And well, we know that there probably was some good time moments. What were those moments? I don't know. Probably just eating and having sex. I can't think of anything else. And so they left this planet unsatisfied. Then I think about my great uncles, my grandmother's brothers, and they went through the same thing as their uncles. Okay, here and there wasn't as much slavery, but slavery nonetheless. Jim Crow, sharecropping, all that old kind of stuff. And so they are not here anymore. They left unsatisfied. And then I think about my uncles, my mother's brothers. They went through the same thing, the same identical thing, and they are no longer here. So they left here unsatisfied. My own brothers, there were 7 of us, but 5 of us are gone. We're going through the same thing, unfulfilled and satisfied with life. And I'm sure, just as I have explained my experience, I'm sure every last one of you got an experience, and many of them are similar to what I've just shared. And that should put a question in your mind. Why is it like this? Why isn't it like this? And then all we have to do is look at what's preventing it. And that's another idea. An idea that promises that some people are superior to others, that some people are supposed to have more than others, that some people are special, deserve privileges. And who are those people? Those are the people that's willing to do anything to have it and the advantage. When I say to do anything, they are willing to lie, they are willing to cheat, they are willing to steal, they are willing to kill. Look at in the United States today. Look how many people are in the United States Congress that you, the people, have chosen to go to this particular party and to represent you, to speak for you, to speak your heart's concerns. And look how they went over there and they're doing exactly whatever they want to do, giving their loyalty, many of them, to one person. And I know you thought that they were good, kind people, people that you can trust. I know you did. That's why you voted for them. And they over there don't give 1 cent of thought about you because they're thinking about themselves and those who have promised them that they will help fulfill their needs. And it's not about you. You only need it when it's time to vote. And they're trying to get rid of that. So you think about this. You think about this. These are the ones that's preventing you from your heaven on earth. The liar, the hater, the racist, the bigot, the warmonger. They are the ones that's preventing you. And you might ask yourself, what are you to do in a situation like that? There are 2 scenarios I'd like to share with you. There's a great search for understanding. And in that search, one is to say that good people and evil people were put here on this earth. And each person initially innocent, clear. But 2 ideas exist. And I'll just, for the sake of this moment, call them one heaven and the other hell. One is divine and one is evil. So when the people come here, these are thoughts that rest in everyone. What pulls them out, what makes them real in individuals' lives, I don't know. But the purpose is to live and be who you are, what you are motivated by, what moves you to be real. And in so doing this, you're going to represent the divine and the evil will be represented. And the purpose is to separate the two because evil should not be bombarded with divinity. And divinity, sure, shouldn't be bombarded with evil. And so it appears that if the statement, thou shalt not kill, is true and it is supposed to represent divinity, then those who represent divinity cannot kill. While those who represent evil, their main tool of convincing everybody, the stupid, the dumb, the ignorant, and the fools, to bend their knee because they will kill them. And so anybody that is not primed for the real deal will bend. Anyone that is not primed for the real deal will bend. In other words, if you don't really know God, you will bend. If you're not confident beyond a shadow of doubt that this moment in time is just your moment in time, what it does is free you so you can really live and not have to be around evil. And you've worked your way to this point, then you will be satisfied, thrilled pink to be killed. Now, this, nobody wants you to know. They'll do anything in the world to keep this information from you, to keep this thought out of your head. Because if that was real in your life and everyone's life, no one would be controlled. No one would be controlled. And so I just thought I'd just mention that just to bring that up because the power, my friend, to straighten everything and make it right is in your hands. It's not for you to sit and wait and see if your leader's going to get it right. It's your responsibility to demand as soon as you recognize what's going on that they get it right now. But the right thing has got to be what it is because what we have considered as the right thing still got us over here on the boat headed to hell. I mean, headed deeper in hell. We're already in hell, but headed deeper in hell. All of our righteousness got us right over here. It's doing nothing to free us to divinity. It's doing nothing to make sure that all human beings can be blessed by the love of God, by making sure they exercise their talents the way they've been given to exercise them, and that they care about themselves, about God, and about one another, and what they are on this earth to do. And they do it. And this is the reason that they don't have to worry about this other stuff. So I'm just saying, you're going to die anyway. Yes, you are. You're going to die maybe from an accident. I don't know. Or you're going to die from old age. That's for sure. I mean, if you don't die from anything else. And usually, if you're dying from old age, you're going to go through some pain and you're going to go through some sickness. Because when you get old, something happens to your body and it breaks down. Something happens to your body. Now, I've heard that some people can live forever and nothing happens to their body. But for what I know, something happens to that body and it's no game. It's no fun. And so I'm just saying, if you're going to die, why not choose the life. Why don't you choose to do that which is right? What I mean by right, I guess if you choose evil, everything that you do is right. Lying and cheating and stealing, as far as evil is concerned, is right. Ask if you might be asking Donald Trump, and he'll tell you that. If Donald Trump wouldn't, many on that same path would tell you that hating, racism, and bigotry is the righteous way that evil operates. And everything that evil goes through, evil earned it. But you, who are still over there with it, earned it as well because you did not know the truth. You rejected the truth. You would not allow faith to be a part of you, not that kind of faith. And so you're keeping hope alive that one day, ooh, I didn't mean to talk this long. You're keeping hope alive that one day, still somebody's going to come around and cover you up, put an umbrella of protection around you, and fight off all your battles, fight off all your enemies, and protect you, just like you in your mother's womb. The difference between you now and then is that then you were innocent. Now you are guilty as sin, but you expect to be forgiven, even though. Anyway, I think I'll leave it there. You can finish that thought. I want to thank you so very much for giving me this your time. Until next, this is Eddie Marcus say goodbye for now.